She's doing a makeup tutorial. She is.
Said she my eye, but I don't know her. Had to look her up. I know that I'm rich, but I can help it, bitch. I'm good as fuck.
Hey guys, what is up? So welcome back to Life Nicks. I know I've been doing this whole YouTube Made Easy. A lot of my supporters are here from YouTube Shorts, and y'all watch my makeup tutorials. So I thought, what would be a better time than to do a makeup tutorial on how to do basic Valentine's Day glam. So the first thing that I like to do when it comes to makeup is to do my brows, because they obviously take the longest time. So I like to use e.l.f. Brow Gel Lift. This just is really good. It helps to slick down my brows. That's what it looks like. You can find this at Ulta, Walmart, Target. Anywhere they sell e.l.f. products, you can find it there. Just take a little bit, literally brush it into my brows. Make sure every brow hair is covered, and then I'm going to brush up. I also like using the Brow Lift applicator because it has a spatula on the end of it, which makes it really simple to smooth my brows down. This is what the Brow Lift applicator looks like. On one side it has a spoolie, on the other side it has a spatula. Because I've already spoolied through my brows, and this, I'm literally going to just use a spatula to brush up my brows, smooth them down, literally flatten them, just like that. And then I like to take the spoolie in and just basically just follow the natural shape of my brow. Now that our brows look kind of tamed, we're going to take some concealer in 2 different shades. I like to use 2 different concealers because I am avoiding the eyebrow halo kind of deal. So I use the lighter one underneath my eye and then a skin tone complexion above my eye. This one is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Tan Sand, or Tan Walnut. This is my shade in Tan Walnut. And then this is the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer in 1175. You guys see that? Hold on. You guys see that? Yep. That's my top brow shade. This is my bottom shade, if it's going to show. Anyways, once I got that, I'm literally not going to use a lot. All this excess right here, we're going to literally put that onto the container and literally just scrape off the rest. And then I'm literally going to follow my brow. That's it. Do the same thing with the top brow. And while you're doing it, you should already be shaping your brows to do what you want them to do already. Like that, right? This is just highlighting and making it look boxy or whatever you want it to look like. When it comes to concealer, I don't know why people be in a rush. You're gonna let your concealer sit. While we're letting our brows dry down before we blend them out, we're gonna grab and talk primer. Now, there is 2 primers that I have been super happy to grab every single time lately, and that is going to be e.l.f. primers. Now, you're like, girl, you got a lot of e.l.f. products. We just got into the tutorial. Don't judge me. If you are new to makeup, if you're like, I don't like spending a lot of money on makeup, then you're gonna gravitate towards e.l.f. The rebrand is what they are on, and I love that for them. They always drop new products every week, and they have the best community. If you're not part of it, you need to join it. Anyways, we have our Old Faithful, the Hydrating Power Grip, which is the dupe for e.l.f. Milk Primer. Everybody loves this one. Minis are $5, big ones are $10. They just released a e.l.f. Power Grip Matte Primer, and because this is a soft glam, we're going to be using this one. So we're just gonna literally put it on. It has the same feel as the Power Grip, except for, of course, it dries down matte. Now, if you're oily babe, this is the primer for you. If you're not, then use the other one. If you're dry, use the Hydro Grip. And I'm literally just gonna use my finger to go ahead and blend this out. You can use a sponge, whatever you feel more comfortable with. It does not have to be your finger. And of course, if you've never used this primer and you're like, girl, does it really get Power Grip? The Power Grip test literally is so simple. I'm literally gonna show you right now. Let it dry down a little bit. Now that it's starting to dry down, sorry that fan was a little loud. We're going to do the test. Yes, it does in fact give Power Grip by e.l.f. Now, it is going to dry down a little bit more matte. While we wait for that primer to dry down, we're going to go ahead and take a beauty blender. Doesn't matter which one, doesn't matter what it looks like, just grab you a beauty blender. Honestly, I prefer a smaller one when I'm working with my eyes. So I'm going to grab a very mini beauty blender. You can get these from Dollar Tree. e.l.f. makes powder puffs. They don't make tiny beauty blenders, but go to the Dollar Tree, you get 3 for $1.25. I'm going to be using this one. I'm literally going to take this in and literally buff out, tap, not drag, and just blend out that concealer underneath my brow and bring it down towards your eyelid, because guess what? Guess what's next after we do brows? Oh, eyeshadow. You got it. Totally following. I'm glad you're following. I'm glad we're all on the same page. I'm glad that it was super simple to follow instructions. Once you did that on that eye, you're just gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Again, the longer you let it sit, the better coverage you get. Remember that. The longer you let it sit, the better coverage you get. Oh, thank you. Blend into it, blend it to your perfection. Make sure you don't have any harsh lines. You want it to look very cohesive. It belongs to your skin now, because makeup is a face. You wear makeup. It is not a mask. You wear makeup. So now they would look like this, and you're like, girl, it's giving PJ mask. Don't do too much. We're going to literally take the top part of the beauty blender and literally do the same thing we just did below to give our brow a little bit more definition. You see the tail is already coming through. The brow shape is there. Not too much. Now that brows are done, we're waiting for that primer to dry down just a little bit more. Brows are eating. If you feel the need to fill them in, grab your favorite eyebrow pencil. Whatever you use to fill in your brows, this is going to be the time you're going to grab it, if you will. I like using these ones. This is the Instant Brow Lift by e.l.f. and this is in the shade Neutral Brown. I think they do go darker than this, but I'm just going to fill in my brows with this. It doesn't take much. You can also use one of those cool, neat pencils that help give hair-like strokes. I think I just got one by e.l.f. actually. I need to find it. I need to do a product review on it, but you see how I filled in. This one looks still this one looks full. I like it. Feather light up in the front. If you want a darker brow towards the back, that's okay, but light in the front to give it a very nice cohesive look. You don't want them crazy 2016 brows. Those are not cute for nobody. And then just take your spoolie and just brush straight up to give a little bit more boxy. I am gonna blend out this concealer a little bit more, because baby, it is not it for me. I want to highlight, not undone makeup, not half done makeup. That is a different trend that is trending right now, and this ain't it. Brows are done. Next is foundation. This is going to be your base. It doesn't matter if you use a foundation. It doesn't matter if you used a skin tint, whatever. Grab your foundation. That's the next step in your makeup tutorial. I am using the Denessa Myrick's Yummy Skin in the shade 8.5. This is sold at Sephora only. It's kind of bougie. So what it looks like, shade matched online. I'm gonna take my foundation brush. You can use a beauty blender, use a powder puff, whatever you use to put on your foundation, grab that. My foundation brush looks just like this. It just says I'm beautiful. You just want a very dense brush for your foundation brush. It does not have to be super fancy. You just want it to be dense. I'm literally going to take a little bit. You do not need a lot. If you use liquid, that's fine. But I like using a balm just because it's a little easier. Y'all see these dark marks? Let them disappear. Nice, right? I know, nice. I'll take some of that off the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna cover up as much as I possibly can. Not too much, because you're gonna have to go back in by your eyes because you're about to do eyeshadow. But as far as your, your base is already done. Now that we're looking mad shiny, let's go to another part. So this actually covers really nicely. It does not take much, and it comes with this little spoon to like scoop out product. I never use it because y'all see it's kind of hard to get out, but if you want to use it, you can. Like I said, they sell it at Sephora. I don't remember how much it is because I actually got it on TikTok shop, but if you can find it at Sephora. Like I said, because we're doing eyes next, you're gonna get you some eye tape. This one is from Real Techniques. I have a lot of Real Techniques brushes. You're going to get you a decent size amount. You really don't need that much. And grab some scissors or something to cut it, because I don't think it does just rip off, right? So I have a pretty decent sized piece of tape. I'm gonna rip it and literally place my tape where I want my eyeshadow to end. So if you're going to do a wing, which we are gonna do a wing today, I'm gonna place it right there and make sure I actually put it down. You see that? Take the other piece and do the same thing on the other side. You kind of want to make sure it's even so that when you do put your eyeshadow down, you're not struggling. Look up, make sure it's good on both sides. Cute. Now, some people complain about using concealer as your eyeshadow primer. If you are like, girl, I just gonna use what I got, that's totally fine. Use the concealer. It's nothing wrong with using concealer, but if you're an advanced makeup babe, then grab your eyeshadow primer. I have a few different eyeshadow primers. The one that I've really been liking has been the Inner Self Eye Primer by AOA Studio. You apply it to your eyelids before you apply shadow. And this is literally like $1.55, so you don't have to spend and break the bank. This is actually the brand that helped me get into makeup. You don't have to break the bank whatsoever. Let me tell you, makeup does not have to be expensive. I think people get caught up in all of the makeup reviews and spending so much money that they want the same exact look as somebody else. And you have to keep in mind, you will never have the same look as somebody else because you don't have the same features. You don't have the same, maybe you're not the same color. Maybe you're not the same ethnicity. It doesn't matter. Keep in mind, those are things to keep in mind when you're doing makeup. So I told y'all this has been my favorite one. I also love the P.Louise bases, cosmetic bases. So if I was doing like a really bright eyeshadow, we are doing pink today, but it doesn't require a really bright primer. This would be one of the bases I use. This is in the shade Rumours, or Rumour 0, and then I also have Rumours 2.5. These are really good, but let's just use this one for the convenience of time. It kind of mimics a concealer, but you want to prime. This is going to help get your like eyes so that it doesn't crease. Your shadow does not crease. There's the whole point of eyeshadow primer is so that your eyeshadow does not crease. Grab you another beauty blender or a flat brush, whichever is your choice. Before you blend out anything, you should always be using a little bit of setting spray or something to make sure that your eyeshadow or your concealer is actually going to blend out really nicely. You don't want it too wet, but you do want it damp so that the product does get spread evenly, not dry. If I have any other tips for y'all, that is the one that you should take away from this. Okay, one eye is done. I'm literally going to spread it out on the other eye to do the same thing. Tell me like what else y'all want to see. Even though we're about to do Valentine's Day makeup, I just don't do Valentine's Day makeup. We do makeup over here for real. So now that that's blended out, I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna keep the thing pink because this is Valentine's Day makeup, right? But you can use whatever eye color that you'd like to use. You do not have to do Valentine's Day makeup. This is just my cutesy Valentine's Day makeup tutorial. Okay, so this is the palette that we're going to use. This is the Bloodline Beauty Makeup Queen 30 eyeshadow palette. And this is probably going to be one of the palettes I end up giving away for our February 1st giveaway, 10K giveaway. So if you're interested in how to enter the giveaway, look in the descriptions for the details below, because we are less, by the time y'all are watching this video, we should have already hit 10K. I'm not gonna cry. You are. Anyways, this one has literally so many colors. We're going to go into these two right here and maybe even touch that one up there. Now, when it comes to eyeshadow, you can use 3 types of brushes: fluffy brush, blending brush, or a flat brush. When you're doing eyeshadow on the outside of your eye, you typically want something that you can help stamp. So I like using a really fluffy brush when I'm doing the outside eyeshadow, and I'm gonna bring y'all in a little bit the glimpse. Yeah. Okay, cool. We're gonna go into this deep pink first. This is the MQ. We're gonna go into MQ, and we're just gonna stamp it on. Y'all see that color pigment coming through? Yes. We're literally going to stamp her. We're going to stamp her on the outer corner. Stamp. Very vibrant, and drag it out just a little bit. You want to leave a little bit of highlight under your brow, so don't cover your brow up there completely. We're only going to use 2 transition shades because this is just a beginner makeup tutorial. This isn't advanced. If y'all want to learn how to cut a crease, you should probably come back for the next tutorial. Let's take a little bit more. We just want to make sure that is defined. Super pink. And then we're going to brush it off. Make sure you tap off your brush too to get the excess shade color off. We're going to blend her into the rest of the brow like that. Cute. A nice ombre effect. Cute. Now you have this sharp line right here. You have this empty space right here. That's what you want. You're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Yep. Drag it out towards the brow just a little bit. You see how this one's really pigmented? We're basically gonna try to get this side, this to look like that side. That makes sense. Imitation isn't flattery, it's just annoying me. And I'm too about it. And the dirt that they threw on my name turn to soil, and I grew up about it. Time for y'all to figure out what y'all gonna do about it. Big wheels keep rolling and rolling. I'm outside. 29, G5, seaside. I've been losing friends and finding peace. But honestly, that sounds like a fair trade to me. Now that both sides look the same, you're gonna go ahead and grab you a smaller fluffy brush. This is going to be your transition color. If you know how to work with brushes, then it'll be easy. If you don't know how to work with brushes, use a smaller brush and then grab a bigger brush as you advance. You don't need it to be too fluffy. I'm gonna show you guys the difference between the brush I was just using and the brush that I'm using now. You see how fluffy this brush is compared to this one? These don't have numbers on them to tell you what they're used for. This is just my makeup knowledge. Fluffier brush for the outside of your eye, smaller brush for your inner corner eye. After that, we're going to go into the color, what is it called? Right Her. You're always gonna work darkest to lightest. So Right Her is a little bit lighter than MQ. She's also a little bit more like neon pigment, but she still very much so gives a very bright, very beautiful. Dust off the excess shade and literally start blending, working that into the other color. You should have a nice ombre effect if you did it correctly. It's literally a blending brush, so focus on that crease so you can actually see it. You can see it barely, just don't worry, we're gonna add more color. This is also probably when you should use a flat brush, just so you guys can see the difference. I'm gonna use a flat brush. Where's my flat brush? Of how the color stamps. Flat brushes are also gonna pick up more pigment. So if you want more pigment, use a flat brush, stamp it down, make sure you dust off that excess pigment, and then take the blending brush you just had and blend it in. Then you have this beautiful ombre, subtle ombre pink eye. Do the same thing on the other side. Alright, make sure it's the same on both sides. It's okay if you have a little payout down here, don't mind it. What's next? Now, because this is a Valentine's Day look, yes, pink makes it Valentine's Day technically, but I'm going to use a liner. So if you know how to use liner for me was the hardest thing to learn how to use, but once I got it over, you couldn't tell me nothing. So I have found my favorite eyeliner. This is the Tattoo eyeliner. Tattoo Felt eyeliner by Ruby Kisses. Ruby Kisses is really slept on. Really, Ruby Kisses is such affordable makeup. I love their eyeliners, lip liners, and love their lippies too. Anyways, you're gonna grab a felt eyeliner. This is a little bit intricate, but follow the tutorial. Come in closer. If I could bring you in closer, I would. I just gotta get closer to the camera. That's all I can do for you guys. Sorry. We're going to literally follow the little halo. You see it? You see the color transition? We're gonna follow that. So, listen. That was a disaster, but we're gonna use this in a second. Gotta set that to the side. We're going to grab our detail brush. Whatever detail brush you have, you're gonna grab it, and you're gonna grab some water activated liner. If you don't have water activated liner, just grab whatever eye pencil you have, but make sure that it's sharpened to the sharpest of sharp, so that you can use the tip. I'm going to use some setting spray because I'm too lazy to go get water, and I'm going to spray the black like that. And then I'm going to take my brush. Actually, I don't need this long of a brush. I'm gonna get a smaller one. I'm gonna get this one, and I'm literally going to tap it in. I gotta hurry up and do this because my lights are dying. Right? Hold on, I'm gonna turn on the big light. My black is on there. Can you guys see that? My black is on there. Yes, you guys can see it. My black is on there. Now, to draw this, I'm going to gently place my finger, pinky. You see? Very cutesy. Same thing on the other side. Guys, this is as even as they're gonna get. Not too much. If you can do it, cool. If you can't, don't worry about it. Skip this part. Alright, now that our eyes are done, and it's not perfection, guys. It's not perfection. But it's cute. It's simple. Y'all just saw how I did it. Take these off. Now you have a nice crisp liner. And I'm literally going to take a makeup wipe and clean up the payout that literally escaped. I'm literally just going to clean the rest of it up. Under the eye. We're going to do a light pink under the eye. I love under eye shadow. That's so cute, right? Now that we have already primed our face and we're cleaning up the payout, eyes are basically done. You're gonna go grab your favorite concealer. I'm just gonna use the one I used prior to. I'm not gonna use a new concealer or nothing like that. I'm going to use the same shade, the Tan Sand. I keep saying Tan Sand. I use Tan Sand too for my inner eye though. Yeah, this is Tan Sand. So Tan Sand for me is going to go in the corner of my eye because I like a bright under eye. Put it right there underneath. If you put concealer directly under your eye, it defeats the purpose because you're gonna blend your concealer up, right? So put it a little bit down so that when you are letting it dry down, you can actually blend it up and it'll give a nice finish. Then I'm going to take my darker shade of concealer and literally connect it to my light shade and drag it out just a little bit. And do the same thing to the other side. And then I'm also gonna put concealer right here and right here. We're gonna let this dry down. Let our concealer has dried down a little bit. Get that beauty blender. Literally spray it with some setting spray. And we're just gonna blend out our concealer. Tap, do not drag. Tap, do not drag. Tap, do not drag. Just like that. See how I'm blending up, I'm blending up, I'm blending up. Blending up and out, up and out, up and out. Make it look cohesive. Your eyeliner without messing up your eyeliner. Make sure you have no harsh lines. Like there's a very harsh line right here. You want to get rid of that. You want it to look buttery smooth. No harsh line. Do something to the other side. Get rid of the harsh line. Cool. Same thing to the forehead. Alright, now you are ready for your contour. I'm gonna take this off because this thing is literally hurting my head. You see how I have this weird line of demarcation? Go back in with your blender and literally blend up. And then do the same thing on the side, just a little bit. Now we're looking like somebody. And now that we look like clowns, we're literally going to take a powder puff. I like to take a powder puff just to really blend and melt in my concealer. So it's just like a regular black powder puff, nothing on it, just literally just gonna press it in. Press it in everywhere I put concealer. And this just really helps prevent further creasing. It helps to really make sure the makeup is really into my skin. Look at that. I wish I could put a difference up there. Anyways, we're gonna grab our concealer next. I have been loving the NYX prefix stick in the shade Rich Expresso 18. So this is what it looks like. This is the shade. I like to put it down my nose, a little bit on my forehead, down my cheeks, like that. A little bit under, just so contour is for sculpting, right? We're gonna use another product that's not for sculpting because a lot of people don't know the difference between bronzer and contour, and a lot of people are scared of contour. That's because y'all just be throwing things on your face. You're not gonna throw anything on your face. You're gonna use a cream product and you're gonna literally place it where you want it to be. Contour moves around a lot, so make sure you grab a brush that's literally going to work best for you. I like using the e.l.f. contouring brush. Literally, it's called e.l.f. contouring brush. I'm literally going to make sure it's wet a little bit. One spray is enough, and I'm literally going to start blending up. You blend contour up. It literally is going to sculpt my face. You see that line? You can see how it has depth. It has definition, just like that. Same thing on the other side. You don't want a 5 o'clock shadow, so you're not going to blend it down. You're going to blend it up. If you don't know how to place your contour, literally just, and then place it. Just like we did. I think that stick is like $9. Like I said, I will make sure I link these products down below so you guys can see all of them. Not to worry. Make sure it's blended out, because sometimes if I'm in a rush, I don't blend it all the way out and I'll be looking like a clown outside, and we don't want to look like clowns. Alright, blend it out on your forehead. Bring some color back into your forehead. Cool. And then, right, our nose is the most important. If you want your nose to look snatched, then contour is not going to be blended all the way down, right? You want your contour to be defined. That's what it's there for. It's there to sculpt. So when I take contour, I like to literally use the edge of a brush and literally move it back and forth like this and blend it up into my eyebrows. See how I'm literally pushing it up? Do the same thing to the other side. There's so many different ways to contour your nose, but we'll use whatever works for you. You don't have to use this way. This is just the method I use. And this one you are gonna drag. This is the only product you're ever gonna drag, is your contour. I literally blend out the nose. I know, like, really, like, it makes it look like, I always feel like when I use contour, it makes my nose look dirty. But then I just have to remember, girl, you're going to literally put powder. That's okay. I'm literally gonna take the beauty puff that I used to blend out my concealer and go back down the bridge of my nose just to really highlight my nose contour, my nose highlight, and literally just make sure that my nose is good, right? Now, the next product that we're going to use is a bronzer. Bronzer is going to add warmth back in your face. We just used contour, which is a really cool tone product. That up a little bit more, make sure it's blended out. Put it out on the side. It is. Marry those two right there so there's no harsh lines. Marry. Just like it's blended up. You do not want to see the difference where your contour and your concealer start and stop. No. Now it's different down here because I'm going to go back in and blend out some of my foundation. So I'm going to literally take a less fluffy brush and more so like, it looks like this. You see that? This is Juvia's Places. What is this? Bronzer. Juvia's Places bronzer in the shade Amber. I'm going to literally take a little bit. She's going to add so much more. Your bronzer is going to go in between your concealer and your contour. You're literally going to dab it. That's it. Do the same thing on the other side. You can literally already start to see the warmth coming in. And you're going to literally put it right here. You're going to literally swirl the brush and mix it in. And it's going to marry everything together so beautifully. No harsh lines, no lines of demarcation. It's literally going to warm everything back up like it's the sun. A lot of people actually like using bronzer to put on their eyelids if they don't want to actually work with shadow. You can do that. That's cool. That's fine. Whatever you like. It's just going to add a little bit more warmth to all the cool tones we just used. Now that our bronzer is done, my very fun part, the part that I like doing the most, it's going to be the blush. Now because this is a Valentine's Day look, I'm going to be using a very bright blush, a very subtle blush, right? This is the Jeffree Star, what is it? Magic Candy Liquid Blush, and this is the Luxe Lollipop in the shade Lollipop. That's what it looks like in the shade Lollipop. Okay, there's a lot. It has a lot on here. The packaging is so pretty on this, right? I'm literally going to stamp it. Smile to push your blush. You see how we're using all these cream and liquid products? We're literally going to go back in and set our face. Now, for what is this, blush? I like to use a very dense brush still. This is going to be the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. So it looks like I'm literally going to not wet it. I'm just going to literally leave it like this. I'm going to literally touch in a circular motion until it's completely blended out and it doesn't look like, you can see where it starts and stops, if that makes sense. Blending is the name of the game here. When you're doing makeup, you want to blend to the gods. You don't want to be able to tell where your contour, concealer starts. I know right now I'm looking very crazy. To fix this line right here that you guys see, that line is like, bro, what is that? Ooh, brother, what is that? I'm going to take my foundation brush that I used. Y'all, I just choked off camera. Anyways, I got my foundation brush. Let's go ahead and blend in the two to marry like everything and make sure it's cohesive, right? It looks cohesive. Make sure it looks cohesive on my side. Do the same thing to the other side. All right. Blend it a little bit down here so we don't look like clowns. All right. Now it's time to set our face. When it comes to setting, you can use a translucent powder or you can use something that's closer to your skin tone. If you like a bright under eye, I recommend using a translucent setting powder or a banana setting powder to give you that bright under eye effect. For contour, I'm also going to sculpt. So I'm going to use a skin colored setting powder or pressed powder to do that. First one I'm going to use is the Halo Glow by e.l.f. This is in shade medium. Not me knowing what products I use. Honestly, I would be really concerned if I did not know what products I use to set my face, seeing that I use them pretty often. I'm going to take a little powder puff. These are Pinky Puffs from e.l.f. and I'm literally going to tap it in and literally either blow off of it or tap it on my hand and literally go straight under my eye. You're tapping it. You're not going to literally drag. You're not dragging it, bro. Just tap it in. That's it. Grab the rest of it. Go to the other side. This is so that your eyes don't crease. Under eye does not crease, bro. You do not want your under eye to crease. If your under eye creases, that means that you did not make sure that your under eye was set properly. You see how it brightened up too? It's not super god awful bright, but it complements my, what am I trying to say? It complements everything else. That's what I'm trying to say. You're basically gonna set anywhere you use a cream or a liquid product. So right here, your T-zone, which is typically where I put all of my concealer spots. And then down here, you let it sit for a moment. You're not gonna let it sit for too long though. I don't know, what's that lip? Is that my lip or is it something actually in my lip? I think it was just something on my lip. And then like I said, I'm gonna take a pressed powder that's my shade. I'm going to use this one. This is the Soft Touch Blurring Powder Foundation by AOA in the shade 2D. And I'm literally just gonna take a fluffy brush. I also have, hold on. I also have some pressed bronzer. And then I have some finishing powder. So I'm actually gonna use my finishing powder because it's closer to my skin tone. The other one is a little bit too bright. So this is the one I'm gonna use. This is the AOA Perfect Setting Powder. finishing powder. Let me grab a fluffy brush. I don't feel the need to use highlight with this look, but if you wanted to use highlight, you can. Keep in mind, this is still the Valentine's date night look. This is something that's meant to be super complicated. I'm literally going to take this fluffy brush. This is probably not the brush I would use normally, but this is what I found first. And literally just drag and fluff it. This feels good. Hold on. Remember, this is a finishing powder, so it's literally just going to help set everything that you literally just put on your face. Also put a little bit up here too, so your forehead don't look like it don't go with your skin. Alright, I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of setting powder, just like right here on my nose. Alright, and then I'm gonna take an even fluffier brush and literally just dust off everything. Dust off the excess of all the powders. And then for blush specifically, I'm also gonna set with a blush powder. With a pinky blush. I'm going to take this angle brush and go into this color right here. This is the sister palette to the palette that I use for my eyeshadow. This is the highlight and blush palette by Bloodline Beauty and Makeup Queen. And I'm going to go into Blush Time. This one has a mirror in it. Then go literally just stamp it. You see how light it is? It's not adding too much color. It's still very much soft. Just add a little bit more, just to make sure your blush is apparent. It's there, right? It's not like I'm blushed. It's not screaming. It's not screaming at you. It's just like, hey, I'm here. I'm cute. Once you're done setting everything, girl, I like to dust off my lips or wipe off my lips because we gotta do the lip next. Now, if you're not a brown lip girly, then you're not gonna grab a brown lip liner. But if you do want a brown lip liner, then grab you a brown lip liner. Girl, look, grab you a brown lip liner. They work. They're literally so cute. They go with everything. I like using, what's the shade I'm looking for? Oh, again, I like using Ruby Kisses lip liners. So this one is their automatic improved formula for the automatic lip liner in the shade dark brown. This is, I have some other ones by them. They're intense lip liners. This is in the shade all 16 dark brown. That's what she looks like. These are like $1 too from my local beauty supply store. I'm going to slightly overline my lips. Oh my lips, I always feel like I got a mustache. Once you got a good amount on, start, I don't know what this is called. This motion is called. Start doing that to make it look cohesive. It actually belongs to your lips. I feel like I overline my lips. I feel like this part is up into interpretation. I'm pretty sure most people know how to do the lips. So whatever you do your lips that way. There it goes. It looks cute. Anyways, this is also a hack. If you want bigger lips, overline your lips just a slight bit. Okay. Now, I am a lippy whore. I did just say that. Ooh, girl, I am a lippy fanatic. I have so many lippies. So when it comes to lippies, it just grab you a lip gloss, a lip balm, something. I really have been loving the Jeffree Star Lollipop Killer. There go my light again. The Lollipop Killer. Girl, can you see? Lollipop Killer by Jeffree Star. And this is the Velour Liquid Lipstick by Jeffree Star. And this is a matte lippy. I'm literally gonna put her in the center. Just like, I also have a darker color. Maybe I should use the darker color. Let me see what the darker color looks like. The darker color actually goes with lips. This looks too bold for this look. So I'm gonna use this one. This one's a little darker. Is that, girl, is that red? No, it's not red. Kiss it for you. Kiss it for you. I'm so silly. Do your lip combo, whatever way you want to do your lip combo. I'm gonna go brush on my hair and then I'll be back. I'm gonna straighten my hair like that. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I don't know if I like her or not. The lip is kind of bold. This is the lip combination. It is the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade I already used. Obviously in the middle, and then just for the lip liner, I used the Ruby Kisses Auto Lip Liner in the shade Dark Brown. So dark brown lined my lips. And then this is the lip combination. I did go back in and put a little bit of light pink underneath my eyes. Blush. I straightened my hair just a little bit because I was testing a new straightener. And that straightener actually did pretty good. But yeah, this wig is ready to come off. But hopefully this tutorial, you learned how to do a basic beat. You learned how to do a little graphic eyeliner, whether you like it or not. And you learned how to, you know, beat your face, and hopefully you look cute for Valentine's Day. I am gonna make this a series, so this look won't be the only look that I post on Valentine's Day. I really hope that you were able to really follow this tutorial and get what you need out of it, whether that have just been how to regularly do makeup or how to like spice up your makeup look with different colors, with different techniques and stuff of that sort. But if this was very helpful for you, I hope that you found some value in it. Hope that you turned on the post notification bell, you turned on the subscribe button, made it from white to red. I also hope that you liked this video and you connected with somebody down below who is either wanting to learn how to do makeup or that is giving makeup tips down below. I will be down in the comments. I hope to see you down in the comments. So until next time, bye.
It was at this moment I forgot to put on lashes, so I came back.
I forgot to put lashes on, so I'm gonna use these lashes. And then, like I said, I hope that this is helpful. Hopefully, so far, I hope you subscribe to the channel. I need some glue. I just be using this AOA Studio glue that I seen and found from Miss A. If y'all haven't heard of Miss A, y'all should definitely go check out Miss A, because Miss A is literally the best and affordable cosmetic store. If you're looking for beginner makeup, you should shop Miss A. Shop Miss A because literally all their products are less than $2. For foundation, concealer, contour, highlight, blush. You can find everything in that store that you need to do a full face for less than $20, including brushes. So if you are looking to get into makeup and you haven't already, instead of you going to go spend a bag at Sephora or a bag at Ulta, please use what you have. They have an online store. They do have stores, but a lot of people have never heard that they have real stores. So I'm from Texas. Obviously, Miss A is a Texas brand. So if you haven't heard from it, that's probably why. But I'm going to let this dry down a little bit before I put it on my eye. And literally, to put lashes on, just look up. I hate wearing strip lashes, so this process is really strenuous for me. I only like wear clusters, but if you wear strip lashes, leave me some tips, because if I'm gonna put strip lashes on, you literally have to use a tool, and I do not feel like getting that tool right now. So if my lashes look like crap, don't tell me they look like crap. Can I tell you, they're so hard for me to put on. I be looking like, who did me? Why? And I actually know how to put them on good. Like I said, the tool really helps. I'm gonna show y'all what the tool looks like in a second. I'm gonna use it to put on the other lash. This is giving that one character, oh, I can't think of her name, from Cosmos, not Cosmos, isn't it Kuzmos? Kuzmo's New Groove? What's that? These ones make me look like I'm finna fly away. I don't like these lashes. Cosmos New Groove? These are giving so scary. This is the tool. Cusco's New Groove, right? I think that's the name of it. This is the tool that helps me put on my lashes. It also doubles as a eyeliner tool. So if you struggle to put on your lashes, you definitely need this tool because it helps so much. So you're literally going to place it on your eyelid or your lashes, place your lashes, and then you're literally going to lace the lash and line it where you need it to go. They sell these at Dollar Tree. I got 6 of them, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got 6 of them from Dollar Tree because I refuse to not know how to put on lash strips. And also I think these are just really convenient to have in your makeup bag if you're in a rush. If you're in a rush and you're trying to put on some strip lashes, grab one of these tools and it'll make your life 10 times easier. And then once the lash is actually on, all you gotta do is pinch it together to your actual natural lashes. But you see how good this lash looks compared to this one? So this is one lash and this one looks more put together, more actually on my eyelashes than the other one. There's like gaps. Hey, I don't like that. This one looks more like put on. This one doesn't look that bad, but you see how hard I had to struggle to put this lash on? This one just went on naturally. And bro, anyways, hopefully you already subscribed like I said. Not like I said. Hopefully you already subscribed. And I'll see y'all in the next tutorial.